we are back, another special session of Midnight.
Midnight Madness is we're getting started. I can see myself over there. That means that I'm up. So whatever they see on the screen, I guess, is what they see. Welcome back to Midnight Madness. We're here at the Small Biz on Fleek with a very, very special presentation. Good news is I won't be by myself. On the other side, which Justin's going to show us, we have none other than the Trevor Otts, and they'll be flashing over to him in just a second. There he goes.
This is my presidential wave. But Shay, I'm really looking forward to tonight's presentation, Midnight Madness presentation. I love the Midnight Madness session. Now, Shay, did you know that Shay's in the other studio and just kind of hanging out with him today? We decided we'd do a special session called How to Become a Billing Machine. How to become a billing machine. Now, here's the thing. With all of this great learning, we've learned how to put our infrastructures together. We've learned how to put our systems together. But at the end of the day, you still got to be able to sell it. You got to be able to put the revenue in the bank. And so we decided that we do this very special session called How to Become a Billing Machine. And so with that being said, Shay, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, my good friend.
How to become a billing machine. And you might be asking yourself, who is this presentation for? Who should pay attention? Who should be there? Am I at the right place at the right time? And the obvious answer to that question is what? Yes, you are at the right place at the right time. So if you're someone that's looking to make sure that you have profit, but you want to make sure profit is happening, you can predict it's going to happen, then you want to become and listen to this conversation about how to become a billing machine. Perhaps, Trevor, if they're looking to do what? They want cash flow positive in less than 10 days, then this presentation is for you. I'm going to let Trevor talk about the next one. Who should be paying attention? Who should be listening? How do you know if you're at the right place?
So what I want you to know is that this presentation is designed just for you. Many times as entrepreneurs, one of the things that we struggle with is creating a revenue structure that allows us to continuously generate revenue. And Justin, you can go ahead and bring that slide up so that people in order can see it. And what we want to do is we want to create an opportunity for people to become consistently profitable. Many times our revenue looks a little like this. Right? Our revenue looks a little like this, where we're making some money, life is great,
yes, it
then
is.
we're not making some money. And then we're down in the dumps. And then, oh, we're making some money, right? And then all of a sudden, when we make money in this phase right here, all the money that we make is to pay back all the money that we lost in this phase. And so even though we made money in this phase, really, this arc is not so high. So it's really not like, it's really more like made some money, then went through a period of losing money, and then we made some money, but by the time we paid everybody back, it was like this. Because we paid everybody back during the time that we had bad times and then we lost, then we went back to some more bad times. And then we go up a little bit, and then all of a sudden is we got to pay back the money that we still lost in this last downturn, plus we still got some leftover money here, and so we go down. And what starts to happen is our inconsistent revenue patterns eventually forces us out of the business because we're never able to make enough money to really get us back here. And so that's who this presentation is for. And it's for that entrepreneur who is at the precipice of quitting. I mean, they're at the apex of their frustration. And if that's you, this presentation is going to help you.
Absolutely, Trevor. And also the person want to make sure they're here at the right place. As an entrepreneur, as a speaker, as an author, as a coach, as a network marketer, maybe you feel like you're overworked. Now, okay, it's one thing to be overworked, and some people can deal with that. But I was talking to someone recently who's an entrepreneur, and they said, Shay, I'm also underpaid. Okay, so imagine this for a moment. I'm overworked, so I'm working as hard as I possibly can, but then on the other side, I'm severely underpaid. Then this conversation, this is for you because this is about how to become a billing machine, which means at the end of the day, how do you earn the income that you want so you don't feel overworked or at the end of the day, underpaid, Trevor. And that's, to me, that's really important.
Yeah, and Shay, real talk, when you're having problems in your business, it could create some sleepless nights. When you're having problems in your business, sometimes it can create some relationship challenges. When you're having problems in your business, it can add to your stress level. And this is the reason why we wanted to do this presentation today, because we wanted to eliminate those sleepless nights. And I want you to know, listen, we've been where you are. We've had the overdue bills. I can tell you personally that I remember that they came to repossess my car. They came to put me out of my house. They did a lot of things to me. But here's the thing that I want you to know. They can take the car, they can take the house, but they can't take your dreams. They can't take your aspirations. They can't take your goals. You got to go for it, baby. Hashtag go for it. Don't let them steal your dreams. Don't let them steal your aspirations. Don't let them steal your passion. Don't let them steal your courage. You got to have heart. In bad times, you got to have heart in good times, but more importantly, you got to show heart all the time. Isn't that right, Shay?
You got to show heart all the time, Trevor. And one of the things I like is a gentleman by the name of Les Brown. One of the things that he says, there's only 2 words, and sometimes, less is just more. Jot that down in your notes. Less is more. So this conversation is definitely for you because you know 2 things. Show that if you can. It's possible. It's possible. So no matter where you are in life, in your business, in your relationship, in your finances, in your health, it's possible. And for many of you watching right now that are here, that are in this conversation, the fastest way to financial freedom, the fastest way for you to really achieve what you want in life is really through entrepreneurship. It's through being a small business owner. So I'm really excited that you're here. And today, Trevor, we're going to talk about really 4 phases in this section here, 4 phases that it takes to become a billing machine. Trevor's going to jot that down real quick. Now think about it. There's a lot of ways that you can become a billing machine. You might be wondering, what is a billing machine? Well, we're going to define that. Don't worry. But first, I want to make sure you have the phases because you might be unclear. You just might not be aware of it. And I'm going to start off, if I can, with the very first phase. I'm going to turn it over to Trevor first, and I'm going to come back and talk about the pitch. Talk about the billing machine.
And if you'll take us back a slide, Shay, and talk about just the part about being a machine. Mm-hmm. Because I think that for many of us, we have a business, we have some products that we sell, we have some things that we do. And so if you'll just take us back right to the billing machine, is that
I got
you got to run your business like a machine. And if I might just share with you, I remember that about a few years ago that I went to a football game. And by the way, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I mean, that's America's team. And I was going to the Redskins versus the Cowboys, and I was going to check them out at the stadium. And I got to the stadium a little bit early. And when I got to the stadium, everybody was there, and they had all of these vendors there. And I got there I probably got there about 2 to maybe 3 hours early. And so when I got there early, here's what happened. I saw all of these people just standing around and moving. I saw the security guards. I saw, you've been to a football game before, right? You've been. And when you get to a football game early, there are a lot of things that happen early on in the pre-setup phase. And so I'd gotten there early. And when I got there, I was standing right next to like a Coke machine. And the Coke machine was like about right here. And it was just sitting there in the corner. And, I was put here. It was a Coke machine, right? Had a lot of Coke products in it and all that kind of stuff. And so while I was standing next to the Coke machine, this guy came in. And he walked up and he shook my hand. He said, "Hey, how you doing? You looking forward to the game today?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to the game today." He says, "Who are you rooting for?" I said, "Of course, man, America's team, Cowboys." He said, "Woo," because he was a Redskins fan. But no worries, the world, everybody can't be a Cowboys fan. We still forgive them and pray for them anyway. But that being said, he left, and when he came back, he had these 2 big old coolers, and he drug them in, and he set them down. And so I'm just watching the guy say, just checking them out. And then he left. And then all of a sudden, he came back. And when he came back, he had these big old bags of ice that he was carrying, and he set them down. I said, "Oh." And then the guy left again. And then the guy came back. And when he came back, he had this big old pallet of sodas that he rolled in. And then I'm like, whoa, this guy is rocking. And then the guy left. And then the guy came back again. And this time when he came back, he had the cash boxes and he had the tablecloths, and then he left. And the whole time that I'm watching this guy, I'm like, man, this guy is working his tail off. And so what he starts to do is he comes back and he puts a row of sodas into the coolers, and then he puts some ice over it. And he puts a row of sodas into the cooler, and he puts some ice over it. And he puts a row of sodas into the cooler, and he puts some ice on it. It took about maybe 30 minutes for him to get all the sodas into the coolers. And then he leaves again, and he comes back. He has his hat on, he has his apron on, and he asks, do you have change for a 20? And he's asking everybody, do they have change, so he can make some ones and make some change for people who were going to buy sodas from him. And so I'm just sitting there standing next to the Coke machine. And then eventually, after about an hour and a half, here's what happens. The guy is sitting there, they're starting to let people in, and he's saying, get your ice cold sodas, get them while they're cold, get your ice cold sodas. And it's, he has a line from here all the way, it looks like it's a mile long. It's like this long, super duper long line. And he's like, get your cold sodas, and I'm standing right there. And after about 15 to 20 minutes, I look up, and this guy's still saying, get your cold sodas. So I done gone to the bathroom. I done went and bought me a pretzel, a hot dog. Hour later, I still see this guy. But he's like, get your cold soda. Get them while they're cold. His voice is strained. So I noticed that he still has this line. But over to my left, there was this Coke machine. And it had a line too. People were putting money in, and soda was coming out. People were putting money in, and soda was coming out. The machine was over here. He wasn't screaming, get your ice cold sodas. I didn't see the machine carrying tables and ice and all that kind of good stuff. And I look, I'm standing in the middle of what I believe was my big breakthrough, my epiphany. Because to my left is the machine. To my right is the vendor. And no disrespect to the vendor, but I didn't want to be him. I was like, them days are over. I wanted my business to run like the Coke machine. The Coke machine was just sitting there cool, lights were on, it had a line, people were putting money in, product was coming out. It was doing no work. I don't even know who owned the Coke machine, but here's what I do know. This owner was still making money while he was at home. We didn't even see this guy. And this guy, he was working hard for the money. And the thing about a machine is when you have a billing machine, you're creating a process by which you can generate money on automatic pilot. And so what I like about a Coke machine is that Coke machine is you open it up, you put products in, and then you set up a process by which people can put money into your system and it can spit the product out. And if that product ever becomes unpopular, like Coke makes you fat, open it up, put some Diet Coke in there. They start saying Diet Coke causes cancer, open it up, put some Smart Water in there. But you got a machine that you can constantly keep putting different products in, different services in, and at the end of the day, a Coke machine never goes out of style. And so for many of you today, you are straddling this part over here. You're operating like the vendor, but you really need to be running your system more like the Coke machine. Both people are still making money. Both people still got a line. But one person, they're going to eventually give out. This one, all they need is a little electricity. And that's what it really means to have a machine-like process in your business. I turn it over to you, Shay.
A process and a machine at the same time. I mean, okay, think about it. What's more important to you, to be the Coke machine and let the machine do the work, or to include your labor? And you're going to get older. You're going to get a little more tired. You're going to want to spend more time with the family. There are things that you're going to want to do. And why not be able to do those things and enjoy them and have the Coke machine doing what it does best? That is serving people who have a problem. Let's talk about the 4 phases. Let me give you the 4 phases first, and then we're going to break them down one at a time. And then we got some additional bones. Would that be okay? Okay, so let's just jot these 4 phases in your notes just so you have them, and then we're going to break down each one. The first one is going to be called the pitch. So just put that down. Don't worry, I'm going to come back to that. I'll let Trevor get the second one, and then we'll do the third and the fourth. So the first one is what? The pitch. We'll give you the details. The second one, the second phase, is called the system. Now, we'll get some examples. We'll talk about that. So you have phase 1, the pitch. You have phase 2, the system. Phase 3, just get these in your notes so you're fully aware. On phase 3 Okay, it's my favorite. It is. It's the close, right? It is the close. And then there is phase number 4. And that is the money. That is money. So you have the pitch. Got it, Shay. Got it. You have the system. Got it, Shay. Got it. You have the close. Check off, check off, check off. And then you have the money. That means an exchange of value and currency for the services you are providing. So why don't we just start with the pitch? Now, I want you to pay close attention, because if you just get this phase correct by itself, just this one phase, this might be all that you need. It might be all that you need. So phase 1 is what? The pitch. Let me start off if I can. So let's start off first with what's called the big, bold claim. Now, what did I say? The big, the what? The bold, I hear you, and what? The claim. Now, the big, bold claim, when you say your pitch, is what is the problem that you say that you're going to solve that is so huge, that is so large, it at least grabs the person's attention, so they're now paying attention, and more importantly, they say, wow, can they deliver on that? So the big, bold claim of you paying attention to this conversation is that we're going to share with you how you can develop your own product to earn all the income you possibly need in your business to make your dreams come true. That's part of the big, bold claim. The big, bold claim for some of you is what you hear at the headline of the Washington Post or the New York Times. It's what grabs their attention. So here's what I'd like for you to do. If you're out there right now in the private, in the elusive and exclusive Facebook group, which you can get to by going over to virtualnetworkinglive.com, I want you to think about not the pitch, but what is the one problem that you solve that is so large, that is so huge, that's your big, bold claim. Okay. So, big, bold claim. Evergreen revenue model, the #1 system and strategy, which includes 0% labor for entrepreneurs. Shay, that's a big, bold claim. You say 0% labor for entrepreneurs? Yes, the big, bold claim. Here's the big, bold claim. Improve what you say when you say it, and you'll make more sales with less effort. The big, bold claim. Type that out there to virtualnetworkinglive.com. You can get there, open up a browser, type in virtualnetworkinglive.com. And here's what I'd like for you to do. This is just for you to promote not your business, but your big, bold claim. What problem do you solve? Here it is. Type in your first name when you get to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Type in your last name. Tell us where you're from, and then say, I help blank. Jot this down in your notes. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. We're in the problem-solving business, and I'm going to ask you right now to say, what problem do you solve? But make it so big, make it so huge that people are like, whoa, I need that now. Why is that? Because now that you announce what the problem is, we're going to back it up with what's called bigger benefits. Jot this one phrase down in your notes. People buy benefits. Put that in your notes. People buy benefits. And it is often said at these type of trainings, at these type of conversations, that people buy you. But that's not the case anymore. I mean, they've got to like you. I get it. They've got to trust you. Okay. You got to have a pleasing personality. Absolutely. But they buy the benefits you say that you are going to deliver. More sales, less effort. A benefit. 0% labor, so you have more time to do what you want, a huge benefit. So I want to give you this 5 quick benefits, and this is going to support not so much the pitch, but the results. Jot that down in your notes. Bigger results. Let me give you 5 benefits. I want you to have these in your notes. This is important. This is all part of the pitch. And don't worry, we got a phase 2. We'll talk about the system. Trevor's getting all queued up. He'll talk about that. But I want you to get the benefits, because when you're having this conversation and you have this distinction, you got to be thinking, okay. Shay, give them to me real quick. Jot this in your notes. 1 benefit, tangible. Okay, evergreen revenue model, you generate more revenue. That's tangible benefits. That's money in your bank account without your labor. Money in the bank account, very tangible. You can touch it. You can feel it. It's there. Okay, you can go to your phone, click on there, go online. I'm doing just that fast. Mine has a little fingerprint now. I have a company called Bank of America. Bam! See, I can see it. You too could see it as well. That's a tangible benefit. Second benefit is intangible benefits. Intangible benefits are things that they can't touch. you're here now, and you implement the billing system, how to become a billing machine. So now you have greater confidence. You go after larger accounts because the Coke machine can handle more people than one person. See, that's an intangible benefit. You feel better. You have less stress because you're doing the things you want to do. See, those are intangible benefits. You can't put your finger on them. Even like right now, while you're listening to what I'm saying right now, we're speaking to your subconscious mind, and you're telling yourself, wow, those are things that I know I should do. Those are things I know I should be saying. And you know what? I'm glad I'm in this conversation, and I'm glad that you're here too. Thanks for joining. It says you're a winner. The third benefit, real quick, the third benefit is the sense of urgency. One of the things I like about the story that Trevor just shared about the Coke machine is that there was a sense of urgency. The person had a problem. They were thirsty. It was hot out there. They walked there, and they see a guy way over there saying, get your ice cold soda, get your ice cold soda. And they're walking by a machine, and they say, I'm thirsty now. Do I go back to my seat and hope he comes back around and maybe he still has some things there? Or do I just take out my credit card? You know, they have credit cards now, Trevor. You just swipe it. I should turn this way probably, huh? You can swipe it, and then maybe they get their Coke out. But there's another benefit I just want to share with you real quick. And it's called the consequences of not taking action. Now, this is important because in your pitch, you had this big, bold claim. And the question has to be, what if I don't do it? See, the consequences of not taking action. Let's just say I have a leaky faucet. Maybe you had a leaky faucet before. I call a plumber over. The plumber comes over. He goes, he checks. He looks at the leaky faucet. He or she, don't get me wrong, he or she looks at the leaky faucet and they say, I can fix that leaky faucet. I say, fantastic. Tell me, please, how much will it be? Say, it's going to be $75. $75? Whoa! I ain't paying $75. The plumber says, I'm not doing it. They leave. Now, for every day they're gone, I still have a what?
Problem.
That's right, a leaky faucet. There is a cost every single day, just like you right now. Not having the right product at the right price, with the right message, talking to the right audience at the right time, it's costing you something by not having your billing machine up and going when you're not working. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's $5,000 a month. Maybe it's $10,000 a month. For some of you have a team or more people, it's $25,000 a month. You're losing month after month after month, year after year. Hey, look, pay close attention. I know it's about bigger results, but I want to make sure you had at least those benefits and you kind of understand that once you give the big, bold claim, I can solve this problem, you've got to back it up with the benefits. So with that being said now, I want to talk about the next phase, and I'm going to pass it over to none other than Trevor Ott to kind of talk about
the system.
The system. That's right, the system.
The system. Mm-hmm. So once phase one, Shay listed was the pitch, a part of having a billing machine or becoming a billing machine. But then phase two is really the system. Like, what's going to be your actual billing system? Now, Justin, you can just bring my slides up if you don't mind. The system. You know, a lot of times when people are doing their billing systems, they really have a temporary fix as opposed to having a true system. So let me tell you what's not a system. When I say a billing system, I don't mean SquareUp. SquareUp is not a system. So no SquareUp. Everybody type into the group right now, no SquareUp. I don't mean PayPal. No PayPal. Can you use PayPal to effectively bill your clients? Yes. But there's something called PayPal freeze. And PayPal freeze can really put you in quite a predicament. In that, let's just imagine that you had 100 people who bought a product from you at, let's just say, $99. And let's just say one of those people decided that they forgot what they purchased from you. They don't remember you when they see you show up on their billing statement, and they decide to file for a refund. It's one client. But that one client now causes PayPal to hold up all of the 99 clients until that one client is resolved. And that's called PayPal freeze. What you need to understand is that PayPal is a system that is really designed to support consumers, not necessarily the vendor. And so For many of you, you're using it because it's been easy, but you need something different. No checks. Shay, I don't even know. Do you have checks these days? I mean, does
No, I haven't had a
when's the last
check
time
in
you
so
actually
long.
wrote a check? I mean, I still got a checkbook. I still got my
Just in
box
case.
is still.
It's called
I
the just in
came
case
through.
check. Just in case I can't find my
just
credit
in case,
cards,
yeah,
in case I lose my wallet,
Yeah, I
just
don't
in
have any
case I
checks.
need a check.
You got a check. You got a check. You look like you have a check. You look like you have a check. You definitely got some checks. Yeah, I knew you had some checks. You're like, I still believe in the good old-fashioned checks. I'm just picking on a few people here. So, no check. In all honesty, no cash. Especially during this day and time, what you really want to do is you really want to use a system that is not predicated on systems that are hard to track, and when you don't have have a system that is too prone to jeopardize your ability to collect on funds. So what you're really looking for is you need to get yourself a merchant account. You want to get yourself a merchant account. Now, you're an entrepreneur, get yourself a merchant account. Without a merchant account, you're really putting yourself in jeopardy. And so here's some things that we recommend for the merchant account. You can get a merchant account. You can go to First Data, right? So you can go to First Data. And Shay, what's one of the other ones they can go to, Shay? One of the ones that we started out with.
The other one is PowerBiz.
PowerPay. PowerPay.biz.
Another one's Heartland.
Right, that biz, and there's Heartland, right, and then there's authorized.net.
Yeah,
right.
Authorized, that's kind of like the payment gateway, yes.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Look, let me put it like this. Some of you are not going to be able to go directly to authorized.net and First Data because there's some credit challenges. Get it. Sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, you take a lot of risks. And some of you may end up with a third-party broker, like a PowerPay.biz or a Heartland, who goes to a First Data on authorized.net to basically vouch for you. And you may pay maybe 0.5% higher. And so the first thing I can tell you is get yourself a merchant account. Also, when you go and get your merchant account, it's best to have two. Many of you may not realize that merchant accounts oftentimes have a billing limit. And you don't want to hit your limit and then all of a sudden your stuff is frozen and you can't bill, and now you got to wait till you go through some other stuff with another merchant account trying to sign up, which can be anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks because you've hit the limit on your first one. And the second thing is, also, yours could get frozen just because they may have noticed there's some challenges with your account. Maybe there's been some fraud committed. Maybe somebody gave you a fraudulent credit card. Anything can cause one of your primary accounts, your primary merchant accounts, to be frozen. So you want to make sure you do that, okay? Now, after you get your merchant account, first you need your merchant account. Everybody get that? Merchant account. Everybody got that? Next thing you need is you need a billing system. Now, think of it like this. Let me erase this for just a second. Bring me to the board, Justin, please. Okay. Okay, here's the client. This is the client. Client wants to purchase a product from you. She goes to your website, all right? And essentially, she purchases. Now, here's what needs to happen when she goes to your website or she comes into your store to purchase. You have this merchant account, and your merchant account is really over here. So I'll put this is merchant account. And then over here, this is your bank account. And then right here is your billing system. And your billing system is really important because your billing system is what tells the merchant account how much to charge the client's bank account. So the client comes in here and it says, I'm going to purchase your product and it's $29.99. Your billing system tells your merchant account that, hey, merchant account, bill client A, go to client A's bank account, take $29 out, and then transfer that $29 to my bank account. Does everybody get that? Mm-hmm. And so that's one thing that your billing system will do, okay? Your billing system, many people have a merchant account, but don't have a billing system to really manage your merchant account. And so what happens if you don't have a billing system to manage your merchant account, is what ends up happening is you got to manually put in all your data to your merchant account. Does everybody get that? And so let's just say all these people want to buy online from you. Well, they just say, hey, here's all the people that want to buy online from you. You got to go over here and manually start typing all this stuff in. Everybody get that? In addition to that, when you don't have a billing system, your billing system is really the manager for your merchant account. So your billing system is what says, hey, you know some of y'all who want to do payment plans? And you say, hey, I want to bill 4 payments of $29.99 because I want to give them a payment plan. Well, your billing system is what tells the merchant account is that every 14 days, bill this client's account $29.99. Let's just say you have this product that's $5,000 and you want to do 5 payments of $1,000. Well, your billing system is what tells the merchant account not to bill it $5,000, but to bill 5 payments of $1,000. Your billing system is nothing more than a manager for your merchant account. And without a manager for your merchant account, you end up doing all of the labor. So let's just recap. Client makes a purchase. Purchase information goes into your billing system. Your billing system then goes to your merchant account and tells it how much money to take out of this client's account. It transfers the money out of that account back to the merchant system, and then the merchant account transfers that information, usually within 2 to 3 business days, directly to your bank account. Now, here are some billing systems that are out there. I like, for those people who you don't have a true CRM, Zaxa works. Zaxa works, Z-A-X-X-A. Premium Web Cart works. So Premium Web Cart is another one. Some CRMs have billing systems built into it. Premium Web Cart, One Shopping Cart. One of my favorites is Infusionsoft.
Oh yeah.
Which has your billing system, or what they refer to as your e-commerce system, built automatically into it. All you're looking for is you need a control mechanism for your merchant account. So some of you will get a merchant account, but you don't have a control mechanism, so you don't really have a mechanism in place to control your merchant account. Everybody get that? Okay, so here's what I want you to know. Yeah, you can bring the slide up now. Your merchant account plus your billing system equals cash in the bank. If you don't have a billing system to go along with your merchant account, it's going to be a headache. So let me tell you what happened to me one time. I was at the CEO Business Cafe, and I had collected all of these order forms for my Broke Marketing Systems Bootcamp. And I felt so good that day because I had a stack of them. But I didn't have my merchant account stuff in order. So basically, I had to apply for a merchant account. It took me 21 days to do it. And then what happened is, eventually I said, okay, now I'm gonna go put all of the information in from these people who purchased from me 21 days ago. And I had already delivered the services and everything. And almost 80% of them did a chargeback because they expected me to bill when I took the order form, and I billed 21 days later, and they were pretty upset about it, and rightfully so. And then after all of that, then I didn't have a billing system. And so essentially, there were people who didn't want to give me their order form. Like, I don't want to write my credit card information on some sheet of paper. I want to put it in myself. I didn't even have a way for them to put it in because I didn't have a billing system. And when you don't have a billing system, you're going to lose money by the droves. So a merchant account plus a billing system equals cash in the bank. So let's get into some money strategies. You're going to hold this up here for just a second, Justin. 4 money strategies to use your billing system in combination with your money strategy. So strategy number 1, if you got a billing system, y'all can do something phenomenal. My favorite type of strategy is called the $1 trial. The $1 trial says, hey, you can test drive my product for $1 for, let's say, 7 days, right? And if you can test drive my product for $1, then after 7 days, I'll bill you whatever the price of the product is. So the price of the product may be $100. The price of the product may be $1,000, but it's called the $1 trial. Now, you can't do this if you don't have a billing system in combination with a merchant account. And so the $1 trial is a way for, number 1, to basically have somebody's credit card on file. So as they purchase more products from you, you can do what's called a one-click sale. And then the $1 trial allows somebody to make a modest or a less risky investment to really see if there's value in what you're offering. And then later on, after the end of that trial period, your billing machine will bill them. So here's what I want to ask you. What do Wells Fargo, this is a little quiz, what do Wells Fargo, BMW, and Wal-Mart all have in common?
Like all of them. So all 3 have to have something in common at one time, right?
Yeah. So, what is Walmart, what is Wells Fargo, and what do BMW all have in common at one time? Do you know? You're not, do you know? It's like, there's Walmart, there's Wells Fargo, there's BMW, right? They do all have a W in it. There's always one in every crowd, Shay. There's always one in every crowd. But no, it's not that they all have a W in it. We had to choose something different, Shay. Right? That's not it, but it's a pretty good answer. These Midnight Madness people, they are mad. But the thing that they all have in common is they have layaway, they have mortgage, they have car payments, or which basically is code for they got payment plans. When you have a billing machine, a billing system, and you have a merchant account, you can now get into payment plans. You can bring it to me, Justin. Most people who are trying to sell big ticket products, usually products that go above the $999 price range all the way up to $100,000, high ticket, is oftentimes you would increase your close ratio by over 50% if you just offer the payment plan. Sometimes people just don't have $12,000 to swipe for you right away. And a payment plan can easily double, in many cases, your close rate. And so, hey, there's this product I have, it's $5,000, or you can give me 4 payments or 3 payments of $2,000. And so you can now do a payment plan. You're going to find, especially in the United States, that many people are preconditioned for payment plans for high-ticket items. If we buy a car, we want a payment plan. Most people are not paying for it cash. You buy a house, you want a payment plan. We call that mortgage. Most people are not paying for it cash. Even if they had the cash, most people still want to hold on to it. So offering payment plans is one of the number 1 things that you can do to become a billing machine. All right, so also one of the things you want to do, strategy 3, is you can now create what's called a low labor monthly service, a low labor monthly service. I want you to think like AT&T, like Verizon, like Fios, like Comcast. One of the things I love about their service, one, I hate the fact that they always billing me for their service. I got a cell phone bill, I got a cable bill, I got an internet bill. But what's really interesting is they have created a very low labor, monthly product. And what happens is, after the cable guy comes out and sets up your box, they just keep billing. They've been billing me I'm 43. They've been billing me since my first apartment at 20. So they've been billing me for 23 years. AT&T been billing me for 23 years. They've been billing me for low labor. I see the cable guy like once a decade. It's like a class reunion. I can't remember the last time I saw one. And so at the end of the day, you can create a low labor monthly service product. So you may say, hey, I'm going to have this group coaching program, and it's $45 a month. I'm going to have this digital membership portal or digital university. It's $100 a month, and it requires 0% of your labor. And so if you want to create a low labor monthly program, you can do that when you have a billing system and you have a merchant account, because if Shay Brown signs up for my program at $49 a month, every month my billing system is going to tell the merchant account, it's the 30th, bill Shay. It's the 30th, bill Shay. Next month, it's the 30th, do what? Bill Shay. And some of you know this. How many of y'all know Comcast will come get the money out of the bank? Anybody ever had Comcast get the money out of the bank before you got to it? And you're like, man, if I'd have known they was gonna bill me on that date, I would have took the money out. I see, look, I'm just talking real talk here. I'm like, oh man, they got my money and gone. So, you can do that. So the other thing, this is really cool. You know what I like about a billing system, Shay? This is my favorite. I don't have to hire a bill collector. When you got a billing system, and let's just say I was scheduled to bill Shay for $49 on the 30th, and the card rejected. 3 days later, it's gonna try to bill Shay again. 7 days later, it's gonna try to bill Shay again. 14 days later, it's gonna try to bill Shay again. At the beginning of the month, right before Shay get ready to try to pay his mortgage because the money's in the bank, it's gonna bill him again. And so when you got a billing system, you automatically have a virtual bill collector that you don't have to pay. And they just keep going to try to collect, and you get to set the intervals on when you want it to try to collect and how often you want it to try to collect. And I can tell you, there's nothing like when somebody has gone off into the sunset with your product and gone off into the sunset with your services, and then all of a sudden they get that bill, like boom, you know you owe the money. And they call you, say, I got a bill. Yeah, you remember that, you remember that product you got from me that you actually got? Yeah, your credit card, it bounced, and that's why the machine billed you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, no problems. Have an amazing day. Go be amazing. Get yourself a billing machine. You don't want to be a collection company. Always tell them go be amazing. Go be amazing. I can't with these people. But get yourself you need a bill collector. And sometimes people are bouncing not for obvious reasons. Sometimes they didn't realize it came out on that date. Sometimes hard times hit. But at the end of the day, it's refreshing to know that there's a way that you can remind them that they owe the money, and it's refreshing to know that you're just not out of luck because you don't have the time to be running behind trying to get a collection company. Now, this was not always the case for vendors. At one time, you had to go get a collection company, and the collection company would just keep trying to collect. But in the era where everybody can really get their own billing system, you can do this for yourself. Okay? So then that takes us to phase number 3, the close. And I turn it over to you, Shay Brown.
Okay, let me see the close part. And I've been on both sides of that coin, by the way. I've been on the side of the coin, not when I was billing the person, but when I was the one billed. Then look and say, oh my gosh, I forgot. They got me. I like, jeepers. Just when I thought they would have forgotten.
I was going to Ruth Christmas that money.
They didn't. So I feel your pain. And I've been on the other side when like, woo! This is my day. Got them.
It's a great day.
And it's not a got to get you a great day type of thing. It's just more of it happens. And it's not really a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. But here's what the good news is. You have a billing machine that's out there operating when you're not there that can go collect your money. And isn't that a good feeling to know that when you wake up in the morning, it would have already tried at midnight? No, I'm joking. And then again at 1 a.m.
It's a great day.
While you were sleeping, it was working for you. Okay, so let's get back to how to build a billing machine. But you need something to bill in order to do it. And so in order to have a transaction inside of the billing machine, you first had to have something called the close. And I want to give you the phases, and then I want to break it down for you. And it's a very serious time. It's a very serious conversation because the money is on the line. An opportunity for you to bring on a client and solve their problems, and an opportunity for you to take the resources from the client to do what you need to do in your company. So it's a very serious conversation. There are three types of closes. I'm going to give you those. There's something called the pre-close. Jot that down in your notes. Don't miss that. We're going to talk about that. There's something called the close. And then there's the call to action. Let me give you a recap just so you have it. There's the pre-close. There's the close. There is the call to action. And then jot this one down. Jot this one down. I'm so glad we added this on there. I really am. Hope you're looking right now. Hope you're jotting this down. And there's something called the post-close. And for you, that's going to be important. So let's go back and let me go ahead and share a golden nugget, which each of these, if I can. One of the questions I'm asked often is, Shay, how do I get the deal done? And my language is, how do I close? How do I get the contract signed? And what do I do? How do I transition from sharing with them how I can solve their problem? How do I transition from talking about and building rapport to really getting set up for the close? This is called the pre-close. And let me share that answer because I was working with someone recently, and this is where they were stuck. They didn't know it was the pre-close. They just knew that something was different, but not quite sure what. And so I shared these two ideas. Jot these two ideas down in your notes because this is going to help you set up the pre-close and you know you're there. It's where you answer two questions. Jot these two questions down in your notes that the prospect has on their mind, even existing clients. Question number one they have is, will this work for me? And I think that's a very legitimate question. Put this, it's a little advanced. This is a $50,000 idea. Costs you nothing, so it's a gift. Costs you nothing, but here it is. It's called a reasonable request at a reasonable time. A reasonable request at a reasonable time. You're about to transition. They're wondering, whatever you just finished talking about, however your solutions are positioned, however you mention the benefits, will it work? And so we've got to answer that question. And we might even ask the question. Some folks are curious, does our evergreen revenue model work? Some clients are curious, will the evergreen sales sequence really give them a process in place to get the deal done? See, we're answering that question for them prior to. And then the second question they have, again, a reasonable request. Oh, you can say it already, huh? Reasonable request at a reasonable time, Shay. Reasonable request at a reasonable time. You're absolutely correct. And here's the question they have. Are you the one, or your company, are you the one that can take me to the promised land? Like, can you deliver? I believe it'll work. Now, the only question is, can you deliver? And we've got to answer those two questions as part of the pre-close. And the easy way to do that is by telling a story of someone else who may have been in a similar situation. So that's called the pre-close. So you've got this billing machine. In order to keep the machine going, you've got to give it some power. Power in this case is sales. See, no sales, no power, no machine. Very simple concept. So we have to do that. The second step is called the close. Now, this is very important because when you get to the close, this is when you're going to share with the person exactly how you work, step by step, exactly how you work, what they will receive, and then the actual price. I'm going to say it again, or the investment they're going to make, the actual investment. So this is when you share step by step exactly what they're going to receive, how it works, and the actual investment. So Shay, what's the way I can pre-frame? That's a little advanced, but you can handle that. Pre-frame is when you tell the person what's going to happen before it happens. What's the way I can pre-frame that conversation? Well, here's one of the ways you can do it. You might want to jot this down in your notes. Yeah, I will jot this down in your notes. You might say something like, let me share with you how our company can help you over and beyond this conversation. You might be able to step back and say, what I'd like to do right now is take a few minutes and just talk about how our company works. especially with folks just like you with the situation that you have right now. They might say, okay, would that be okay? Sure, go right ahead. And then you'll go in and you'll tell them exactly how you work. This is the name of the program or the name of the service you're going to offer. This is the length of contract, if that's important. This is what the initial investment is. Here's what's included. And you want to give all of the details. And that's very important because once you mention that, at least at a minimum, they know how you work. And sometimes I'll start the conversation. You know, if it's okay with you this time, can I take a few minutes and share with you how we work and what I recommend in this situation? Sure, Shay, go right ahead. And then they now give me permission to share how we work. Okay, and then there's a third phase. So now you've done the pre-close. You've answered some questions or some objections in the body of the presentation. That's a little advanced. Then you now gone and you've given them the close, exactly step by step how you work. And now you're at the favorite part. And that is the call to action. You've now shared how you work. They know what the length of contract is. They understand the guarantee. They get the special offer. Now you've come down to here's what your investment would be at this point. And typically at that moment in time, there's a little awkwardness that takes place. Folks are a little uncertain. Something changes in their voice rate. Something changes in their tonality. Something changes in the whole atmosphere of the conversation. The person feels like, uh-oh, here it comes. They're about to ask me to do something. That's not you any longer. And I'm really pleased you're listening and you're part of this conversation because going forward, you're going to be the person that steps back and just says one sentence. Now, you're not going to wing it. You're not going to shoot from the hip. You're not going to shoot from the lip. You're not going to try to be continuously, spontaneously brilliant. That's not going to be you. You're going to be in that situation. You're going to be confident. You're going to be cool, calm, and collective all at the same time. And you're going to just ask one question. You can ask questions. You do it all the time. Here's the one question. Jot this one question down in your notes. Now, some of my seminars, some folks will say the question for me because like, Shay, I know what it is. Why do you keep doing that? Because it works. Here it is. You got it? Okay, good. I'm glad you got it. Here it goes. How do you feel about moving forward and then you're silent? Matter of fact, let's show them a call to action real quick. How do you feel about moving forward and then silent? So just show them that screen real quick. How do you feel about moving forward and then they're silent? Now, part of the language of influence is silence. Part of the language of influence is silence. And then at that point, you're going to be silent. You're going to be silent. And once you're silent, they can only say yes, no, or give you an objection. Let's practice for a moment. Let's just practice. Don't worry about anyone else. If they're sitting next to you, don't worry about them. Just you and I. We're going to be in this conversation. Okay, how do you feel about moving forward? And then you're silent. Okay, how do you feel about joining our coaching program? And then you're silent. How do you feel about having me as a guest speaker at your next meeting? And then you're silent. How do you feel about hiring me to do your webpage or your marketing? Or how do you feel about joining my financial program? And then you're what? Silent. See, that's the call to action. We can make it more complicated, but you've got this billing machine, so you've got to ask someone to do something. And then last one before I turn it over to Trevor is something called the post-close. The post-close, oh, that's mine, okay. The post-close, I'll get that one. The post-close is after you've done the call to action. After you've done the call to action, they're going to come to you and they're going to step back and they're going to say yes, no, or give you an objection. And if they give you an objection, you've got to handle the objection. There's a lot of ways to handle the objection. But here's what I want you to get, at least with the billing machine. Hear me. Here's what I want to get. You have the pre-close. Shay, I'm prepared for that. You have the close. I'm prepared for that. You've got that now. You understand there is a call to action. Prior to this conversation, you didn't realize there was 4 phases within the close. You've done your part. Typically at that point, I'll pat myself on the back. I'll silently acknowledge myself for the champion that I am. Tell you a quick story about one of our clients. Her name is Cindy. And when I first started working with Cindy, Cindy was really good at what she does. And she didn't have the distinction of the billing machine because it didn't exist. But she was an entrepreneur. And she was struggling. And if she didn't crack this code of being a business owner, she's going to have to go get a job. Nothing wrong with getting a job, at least in these United States of America. It's very honorable to have an employer to go to every day. But that's not what Cindy wanted to do. She got associated. And she said, Shay, I hate selling. Got it, understood. But more importantly, I hate to close. Matter of fact, I'm not even good at closing. And you know what I told Cindy? And I'm going to share it with you alone. I said, Cindy, you're not alone. You're like many of the folks I work with. Really? Are you serious, Shay? No, really. Like a number of folks really don't want to close, not because they don't want to close, but they're enjoying the conversation. They enjoy building a relationship. They enjoy helping. Just something in there right here. It just doesn't feel right in their heart. And it's okay. So I said, but can you ask the person, how do they feel about taking the next step with you after you told them what it is? And she said, yes. Now, I'm really pleased because Cindy, and just like you listening now you have this distinction. Cindy's gone on, and now she's still doing her full-time business all the time. And I'm really, really pleased. Now, I can't take credit, just like none of us can take credit for all the work our clients can do, but you might be like Cindy. And if you are, pay close attention, because now we're going to walk you through how to close, but we're going to share how to get the money and some other steps that help you become a billion machine. Isn't that exciting? And the reason I mention that is just today, at this event, just today, one of the folks sitting in here came up to me and said, Shay, I hate to close. Shay, I don't like to close. I know I should do it. I'm a business owner, and I just don't like to do it. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me. I've been here 2 days. I'm sitting at a table, and you're telling me you hate to close. You tell me you don't like to sell. You know what I did? I broke this down for her, just like I'm doing for you. Now, I don't know what she's going to do with the information, but you know what she told me? I feel better. And that's one of the benefits of being here with Team PPI. Not that we make folks money every day, but we change lives. We make a difference for them. You get this one idea, there's a lifetime value to you hearing the sound of my voice right now, to you watching this presentation right now. There's a lifetime benefit because now you have this distinction. You have it for the rest of your life. Isn't that cool? For the rest of your life. So now what I want to do is step back, and I want to share with you how you can get the money, how you can get the money. I'm going to walk you through this phase step by step, how you can get the money, and you're going to really appreciate this. You're going to really thank me for this. I'm going to thank myself for this, and we're all going to thank each other that we can know how to go and get the what? Oh, I got to keep the clicker in my hand. The money. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about income stabilization point, and we're going to talk about what you can do to set some monthly goals so you know exactly how much money you need to go after every single month. Now, it's going to be a formula. You'll be able to follow along. It's going to be cool, but more importantly, it's going to help you right now in this moment. So just follow along. Get out a sheet of paper. Did you get a sheet of paper? Like seriously, like right now, just take out a sheet of paper, open up a Word document if you have to, and now we're going to walk you through step by step exactly what you need to do. And this is going to be called, am I starting there? Okay, we're going to help you set your revenue goal. So I'm going to set a revenue goal that I want to earn, I don't know, $10,000 per month. Now, for some of you, your goal is a lot higher than that. Matter of fact, you like, Shay, you got to be kidding me. $10,000 a month? There's anything I could possibly do with $10,000 a month, Shay. But that's okay. For some of you, $10,000 a month is exactly where we want to go. Next, we're going to determine what the price is for your product on a monthly basis. So let's say you're averaging $1,000 per month. So you have a product. Huh? Where's it 100? Why can't I do 1,000? Okay. They said the product's going to be $100 per month. Okay, I'm going to go with 1,000, make my math easy, but they're going to make me work. Okay, so your product now, thought we only had to do 9, right? That's just simple math. I don't have to do any thinking. But that's kind of, so your product, it's been a while since I did this, $1,000. Your goal is how much? 10,000. That's right. 10,000. You can hear that. And so now we've got to think through how many products do we need to sell in order to reach our goal. So you're going to divide your monthly goal by your monthly price. So you take $10,000, divide by 100, and you get what? Should be 1,000, right? I mean, it should be pretty simple math. Okay. Don't take a rocket science for that. So now you found yourself at a place where you know that you have to sell 1,000 units at $100 in order to reach a $10,000 goal. See, if I said $1,000, we had even 100 units. Every single month. Now, this is very important. Where am I going towards, Shay? Hear me, hear me, hear me. We're going to determine your income set point. I think we call it stabilization point here. Income set point, to make it simple for here. And your income set point is, you know that you need to have 1,000 units at $100 in order to reach your goal every single month of $10,000. Now, here's the question. I did this simple math here, but what is your income set point?
One correction, if I may get you here. If I might, just real quick.
Yeah.
So this is kind of race this because we got a couple of income challenges, a couple of number challenges here, but that's what happens in Midnight Madness. Okay, so we set our monthly revenue goal of $10,000 a month. Right, which is really part of our greater yearly goal to basically break the six-figure barrier, so $120,000 a year. How do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. So we're going to break this elephant down.
Okay.
So to make $120,000 a year, we need to make $10,000 a month. And so now, we know our goal is $10,000 a month. And now what we want to do is we have our product price, right? And we're going to say we're going to set what's going to be the price of a product that we can deliver monthly that has low labor, that has a monthly price associated with it. And so we're going to say that the price of our product is $100, and we're going to take this $100, the monthly product price, right? And we're going to bring that up on the screen when you get a chance. We're going to bring that back, not right now, but just get ready for it. Take that back there, Shay, right there, okay? When we divide 100 when we divide this goal, right? 100 times 100 is $10,000. So this actually equals 100. So what we need is 100 people paying us $100 a month, right? And so 100 people, just making sure, let me bring up my trusty calculator here.
100 people.
Let's just make sure we get it right. So let's do 100 times 100. That's $10,000.
Okay.
Right? So if
it's like at $97 a month. Okay, I got you.
Right. So basically, we got 100 people paying us $100 a month. So to get that, we had to divide our monthly product price. We divided that by our monthly goal. So we divided our monthly product price by our monthly goal. Can somebody pull that up? Can you pull it up on the screen, Justin? Just to kind of so they can see the math. If we'll just take that full screen. All right, everybody get that? Does everybody see that? Now, that number is what we refer to as our income stabilization point, or our income stabilization point. Got it? So I know they wouldn't.
Well, you're right. You're right. $1,000. Could have said this. You're right. Goals 10,000. You need $100 times 100, 10,000.
Yep.
I mean, I agree with that wholeheartedly. In most cases, we say like $97, but I like the way we do the 100. Makes it much easier.
Yeah.
To most of our products ever.
And most of you don't have an income set point. That's the problem. Like most of you never determine what's the price you need to hit and how many clients you need to hit it at to stabilize your revenue. And the reason why your revenue is doing all of this craziness, right, and just seems about as crazy as I was moving, is because you haven't determined your stabilization point, right? And until you get your income stabilized, before you start trying to be a big ball of shark collar, before you start trying to do everything, let's just stabilize your revenue so you can afford to take the risk. It's called risk management, okay? All right, so let's go to the next part, Shay.
I like this. So now you know you had an opportunity to sit in the chocolate factory, if you will, and come up with some numbers. Say, okay, I know exactly how much I want. Some of you want like $100,000 a month. You say, oh wow, there's no problem. We'll just double these numbers. Now the question is, how do you get here? Like, how do you get 100 people paying you $100 a month? That's the question, right? In order to do that, you're going to need the right product, but we haven't got that far yet.
Yep, and you take us back one slide, Shay. Yep, and so it lets you know that for those who know, you need 100 clients to stabilize your revenue. You need 100 clients. You need 100 clients purchasing your widget, gadget, or gadget, or service, or product. But so that's your income set point. Your income set point tells you how many clients you need to purchase your product at a certain price point.
And I like this because it allows you to know what your income set point is. And if you decide, you know what, I don't want to work this hard, you can say, well, give me one client at $10,000. But you still have to go have the right product to get there. This is on the low end side. But anyway, I like that. I like that.
Okay,
But
so
you have 2 clients paying you $5. Okay. Just do the math. Okay. So the next one that we have up here. So now you know what your income stabilization point. Let's talk about what some of the next steps are to get there.
yeah, so if you're out there right now in the audience, let's just make it real quick. Pull this up real quick. Okay, everybody's gonna determine what your income stabilization point is right now. So first of all, write down your yearly goal. Just go ahead, write your yearly goal down right now. Write it. Just write it down. I don't care what your yearly goal is. I don't care. It can be just dream big, right? What is your income stabilization point?
Agree.
Right? So write that down. Now take your yearly revenue goal divided by 12. Take your yearly revenue goal divided by 12, okay? Now that tells you what your monthly revenue goal is. So that's my monthly revenue goal. You can bring that back up, Justin. Okay? And if you take us back one slide, Shay. Okay, and take back one more slide. Okay, because we're determining what's your ISP, because we're still not quite finished yet. So we're trying to determine what's your income stabilization point, okay? Now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna walk you through the next steps. So if you'll take us back, and Justin, if you'll keep that slide up, would you? Thank you. So we're gonna, in our situation, we determined that our income stabilization point was 100. Everybody got that? And what we did was we took our monthly revenue goal and we divided it by our monthly product price. Everybody got that, right? And we came up with an income stabilization point of 100. This is your ISP here. You can show it on the board, right, James? Justin? Now you're gonna take your ISP and you're gonna divide it by 12. Okay? You're gonna take your ISP of 100 and you're gonna divide it by 12. Because the 100 represents the amount of customers that you actually need to sign up for your monthly product. Everybody got that? So we're gonna take this 100, we need 100 customers this year to pay us $100 a month. Everybody get it? It's an aggregated model. We're gonna take this 100 and we're gonna divide it by 12. Right? How many months in a year?
12 months.
Okay, bring it up, Justin, bring the screen up. So when we divide 100 by 12, we come up with the fact that we need to bring in 8 clients every month over the next year, over the next 12 months. And that basically lets us know that we need to bring in 8 clients a month, paying us $100. This is an aggregate model, so this is not where you generate the 100 all at one time, but you gotta be consistent. Consistency beats creativity every time.
Right.
And so if you're consistently bringing in 8 clients every month, some months you're gonna do more, some months you're gonna do less, but that really boils down to really 2 clients a week. Can you do 2 clients a week at $100, paying you $100 a month? Sure you can, okay?
And this is for the person that wants to, this is for the person that wants to build
Stable revenue.
up to 120K. Because obviously every month you're gonna get a little bit here, 8 times 100, you're gonna get 800 here. Then the next month you're gonna get 1,600. It's gonna be like the rule of 72. It's gonna be this build up over here. This is revenue. This is number over here.
Yep.
So it goes 800, 1,600, and that doubles in the first quarter. You follow me?
Yeah.
So it's a slow, you're getting 120, but you're going to take the whole 12 months to get there.
Right. As
Before you come out
opposed-
the gate,
as opposed
and
to
get the
doing
100
this.
the first month.
Right? You're now trying to do this.
Right.
And you're trying to create because remember, it's income stabilization. You're trying to do a stable model. And so, Justin, if you'll go ahead and bring that slide up for us, okay? And just hold it there for a second. So here's what you need to know. To meet your monthly goal, I must close 8 clients a month, right? Or 2 clients a week. Everybody get that? Most people don't know their income stabilization point. That's why their income was never stabilized, because they never knew what they needed to do to stabilize it. It's a numbers game. And take us to the next slide, would you, Shay? So now, how can you actually do that, okay? So let's just do a quick recap and then Shay will walk us through the how, okay? So everybody, let's start back from the beginning real quick, and Justin, you can take us to the board. I'll just recap, all right? We start out with this yearly revenue goal. Everybody see that? My yearly revenue goal was $120,000 a year. That's the elephant. The big revenue goal that you're trying to achieve, that's your elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So now I got to break this thing down to a bite-sized piece. So if I got a yearly goal of $120,000, the 6-figure barrier, right, that many entrepreneurs don't have. And Shay, what percentage of people in the personal and professional development space make over 6 figures?
Like 2%.
Yeah, I think it's less than 1% actually is the real number. But so now I got to break this joker down so I can get to the break past the 6-figure barrier. So if I need to make $120,000 a year, I divide that by 12, and that gives me my monthly revenue goal of $10,000 a month. So now I have a monthly revenue goal. Everybody get that? But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So now what I'm going to do is I got to break this joker down. So what I do is I say, okay, I'm going to create a product. And I'm going to sell this product. I'm not going to create just any type of product. I'm going to create a monthly product, a low-labor monthly product, like a digital university.
Absolutely.
Like a membership portal.
Absolutely.
You know, like a group coaching call. You know, here's some of the things you can do. And so I say, I'm going to charge $100 a month for my low-labor monthly product. Monthly and low-labor. Everybody get that? So I decide that my product is going to be $100. My goal is to generate $10,000 a month. I divide $10,000 by 100, and what I actually get is the number 100. This number that I get, this is my income stabilization point, right? What I'm trying to do is, it tells me that I need to get 100 people to purchase this product at $100 a month, or $100 a month to generate $10,000 a month to generate $120,000 a year. So now I know I need 100 people purchasing something at $100. Everybody get that? Okay, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we still got to break this baby down. We're on the thigh, but we have to get down to the toe, right? So basically, I don't want y'all to think about eating elephant toes, but you know, I don't know, right? It's late at night. So I got to break this joker down. So now I'm going to divide this 100, because I need 100 clients. Divide this by 12. 12 months in a year, right? And that tells me that now I need to generate 8 clients a month, right? That are paying me $100 a what? A month, which brings me up to $10,000 a what? A month, which generates how much a year? $120,000, right? Now, I'm down to about the toe, but I can break it down a little bit smaller. I know I need to bring in 8 clients a month. But how many weeks in a month? And so that tells me that I need to bring in how many clients a week? 2 clients a week. Can you do 2 clients a week? Can you do 2? It's not, look, it's about consistency. Consistency beats creativity every time. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Shay Brown, and I'm going to slide over here, Shay. I want to hang out on the green screen.
Fantastic. You have to admire the teacher and Trevor. I mean, methodically walked us through how to get to $120,000 by having a $100 product, and I'm going to show you how you can not work as hard, and you might have several different products, and you might say to yourself, you know what, I didn't work that hard. I'm going to have a product at $5,000, which I'll show you in a minute, and I only need what? 2 a month, and I don't have to wait all these months to get there. There's many different ways to get there, but you want to stabilize your income. That's the most important part. You also have to manage attrition. We understand that. So some months you might bring in 8, some months you bring in 14. Some months some clients fall off. You bring new clients in.
And Shay, one key note there, Shay.
Stabilize.
Just as a side note, the key note there is that it's a monthly product that they're getting paid every month. And once they get the people into the system,
they're locked in.
They're already locked in. Which if you get most people are not going to pay you $5,000 a month. But you could probably get 100 people to pay you $100 a month. So we're trying to stabilize your revenue so that you don't have to keep going back and looking for those revenue choices, looking for new sources of revenue. Because at closing that $5,000, you got to constantly keep going back to look for new clients. And so I agree that you should do a little bit of both. But the key thing is stabilizing it. So this is money you don't necessarily have to keep going back to chase and getting again. All you have to do is consistently keep the delivery up of the low labor monthly product. So I keep paying Comcast every month, no matter what, even though I rarely ever see them. I pay AT&T every month. And so many people, especially in the personal and professional development space, they don't have digital universities. What they keep trying to do is they keep trying to hit the home run. And what they need to do is learn how to get their tails on base. Sometimes, see, listen, you can hit the home run, and that's one home run. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to get somebody on first base, get somebody on second base, get somebody on third base, and then when that last batter comes up, he hits what's called a grand slam. See, let's say you got the high ticket product, you got the low ticket product, you got the mid ticket product, you got them all on base, but then when you come up there and you line your butt up for the grand slam, see, when you line your butt up and you sell that $20,000 product, that's like the grand slam, because now you're walking everybody home. Everybody's gonna get home. You got the low ticket product coming home. You got the high ticket product coming home. By home, I mean to your bank account. Home is like a baseball field. Home is your bank account, right? And when you get all of the money coming home to Bank of America, to Wachovia, to Wells Fargo, to wherever you call the bank account, you're trying to hit the grand slam. But first, just get on base. Just get on first base. Then get on the second base. Then get on third base. And when you got all the bases loaded, it's called bases loaded, Shay, bases loaded. When you got all the bases loaded, now you can afford to experiment. Now you can afford to take big chances. Now you can afford to go after the big contract. And you get up and you get ready to go to bat and you hit the grand slam. You hit the mother of them all. You close the $1 million contract, the six-figure contract, the $25,000 deal. And you're like, whoa, I got the money coming in for my monthly product. I got the money coming in for my group coaching product. I got the money coming in for my coaching services. I got money coming in for multiple streams, and now I just drove home the biggest contract of my life. I turn it over to you, Shay Brown.
Absolutely, and the most important part, it doesn't include your labor. I mean, so you're able to go get on one time and get paid over and over and over again. So let me go ahead and walk through how that's possible. There's an easy way to do it. There's an easier way to do it. And there's even a better, easier way. So let me go ahead and give you 4 types of products that you need at any time in order to truly grow your business, have your income stabilization point, but more importantly, generate the revenue that you need in your business to do the things you want to do personally and also serve the folks in the way that you want to serve them. And at the end of the day, isn't that really what you want? Like, really, isn't that really what you want after all this stuff? All the planning that takes place. It's one thing to have a plan, right? So you have a plan, but unfortunately you have to implement the plan, right? And so let's talk about some products that will allow you to do that, how to have the right product. They're going to show that up on the screen right now, and then we're going to walk you through 4 types of products that you need in order to really fuel your billing machine. They mentioned one, that's a low-end product that you can get paid on over and over and over again, and every coaching program should have that. Every program should have that. Let me give you the type of product. Everyone, let's jot this down your notes. Type of products. Type of products. And good news is you have the handy-dandy slides to help us. And the analogy that we'll use is we'll use the analogy that you want to improve the quality of your health. So I'm now going to be the client. I want to improve my health. I decide I've got to make a decision. I've got to go somewhere to do it. And so we're going to use the gym analogy if we can. So say you want to improve the quality of your house. Here are the type of products. The first type of product is a do-it-yourself. Put D-I-Y. Do it yourself. So as an analogy just showed, I decide I want to lose weight, or I want to be healthier, I want to be fitter, I want to be just in better mental condition. So I go get a gym membership. This is what Trevor talked about over here. There's this low, let's call it a low product price. Easy sell. So I want to lose weight. I go to the gym. They give me all the equipment that I need out there, all the equipment. But guess what? I have to what? Do it myself. So I have to do all the work. And that works. No problem. This low-end product might be a do-it-yourself. You pay just a little bit of money, and guess what? You go do the work. Simple concept. The second type of product that you have is a done-with-you solution. So let's say now I want to lose weight. First time I said, go to the gym, have a gym membership, show up when I want to show up, do the work when I want to do the work. The second one is a done-with-you solution. Done-with-you solution means I go to the gym, I look over, and I tell myself, too much work. I want someone to work with me. I want someone to show me how to use the equipment. I want someone to meet me when I'm there, shake my hand, greet me, encourage me while I'm working out. So I hire someone. So here, low end, I paid a little bit of money. Now I'm going to hire a personal trainer. they're going to cost a little bit more money. But it's okay because I have help. I have someone there with me. Got it, Shay, got it. So now you have this mid-ticket product. Oops, ticket. Okay. Still in the same position. I want to be healthier, and I want to improve the quality of my life so I can have more energy, more vitality to do the things I want to do. So I tell myself, you know what? This solution is just not for me. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It works for a lot of folks. That's why millions of folks buy memberships all the time. I decided I don't want to work with the personal trainer. Maybe you've been there before where you wanted someone to work with you, to coach you, but I still had to do the work, and it was okay. But I decided I don't want to do the work any longer. So there's another solution you can have. This is a DFY. A DFY stands for a done for you solution. That means I don't do any work. Now I'm going to pay a little bit more money. Now you might be saying, Shay, what type of product is that? Well, let's say I decide I'm going to go to a surgeon. I'm going to sign some papers. They're going to bring a team of folks. The team's going to come there with me. I'm going to hopefully close my eyes in the perfect world, go to sleep, wake up, they take everything out of me, get up, to give me a little thing, say, Shay, follow this, and I pay before they put me to sleep. I pay. Like, you know what, Jay, it's going to cost a little more because now you have a team. Now you have experts. Now you have more than one person. Now they're putting together your system for you. And I pay a little bit more money, but you know what? I got results faster, with less effort, with less stress, and it's done. And I have a team that's there with me. See, that's what's called a done-for-you solution. And then there's this next product. There's this whole nother level. I won't even put the dollars going across here. There's a whole nother level, and this is called a SBS. And the SBS stands for a systems-based solution. Now, when you think of system-based solutions, oh, I love it, they put it up there. You think of Weight Watchers. You think of Jenny Craig, and you ask yourself, whoa, not only do I go one time, but if I want to continue to get the results, I pay again and again and again and again. So I had a low product, a mid product, I had my high product, and now I've got my systems-based solution. Now, the good news is we talked about earlier, you want this right here. This maybe is your income stabilization point. Your low ticket product allows you to pay all your bills, meet your payroll, grow your business, continue to get the additional training you need. Whatever that number is, let's say 120K is just fine. That's all you need. But you still have some other options. You got a mid ticket, a high ticket, and a systems-based solution. Now, with these products, now you're able to achieve your true revenue goal. Not how much do I need to survive, to pay Uncle Sam, to be able to take care of my bills, but what do I need to not only be comfortable, but to give more to others. Maybe you want to go start the school you've always started. Maybe you want to hire more folks. Maybe you like to make sure your family is secure and taken care of because they're dependent on you. Maybe you want to open up that foundation so you can leave a financial legacy behind. That's where many of the products can come together, and you have several different tactics. You have a low price product, you got a mid ticket product, you got a high ticket product, system-based solution. Here's the gold nugget I want you to have in your notes. Tactics woven together equal a strategy. See, this becomes your strategy. Tactics woven together equal a strategy. And now you know exactly the products that you need in order to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish. I'm going to turn over to Trevor Asa to at least share, because for some of you, you want to stay in this conversation over and beyond today. You want someone to step back and take a look at the type of products that you have. Some of you are thinking, I need to have a conversation, Shay, so I can just stabilize my income. And that's fine. I'm going to give you a way you can do that. Some of you are thinking, you know what? I have my income stabilized right now. I'm not on life support, Shay. I'm not in the emergency room, Shay. That's okay. I'm not there. But you know what, Shay? I want you to take a look at my products so you can help me get faster growth. do it smarter to get to where I want to get to. That might be you. You pay close attention. You pay close attention. And there's others out there just like, say, I believe in constant, never-ending improvement. I believe in taking a step back and seeing where my industry is going and what I can do, not to be more competitive, to be ahead of the curve. Here's what you can do. I'll give you a number that you be able to text for those that just want to be in that conversation. Worst case scenario, in all seriousness, just listen very carefully. Just listen very carefully. I'm going to give him a number, Justin. It's going to be 202 in a moment, 270-1662. And I'm going to have them text the word product in just a moment. Just text the word product. Because some of them need a product review. Some of them need a product checkup. Some of them need to take a look at their done-for-you solution, their do-it-yourself solution, and more importantly, their do-it-yourself solution, their done-with-you solution, or done-for-you solution. And I have a few folks out there, and Trevor, we can't do this for everybody, but I'm going to do it for some of the folks that take action, whether they speak with myself, Trevor Ott, or one of our certified revenue coaches. If that's you, let me give you this number. Go and get your mobile number, phone out right now, and I want you to text this number. Text the number 202-270. The first 5 folks, I'm gonna do a bonus. I know Trevor normally does the bonuses, but tonight I'm not gonna tell you what they are. For the first 5 people, look. If you got a hold of this long lost file by some fortunate chance, you're seeing the number, go ahead and text it. Who knows what we may do? But for the first 5 folks right now, I'm gonna do something over and beyond. You're gonna text 202-270-1662. Again, 202-270-1662. Text the word product. Text the word product. Text your first name. Text your last name. Text your email. More importantly, text your best phone number. Let's just step back. Let's have a review. Look at where you are. Look at where you're going. And let's supercharge and give you the rocket fuel you need to not only hit your income stabilization point, that's like a no-brainer, but to take your revenue and business to an entirely different level. I'm looking forward to the conversation. I'm bringing some goodies. One of the benefits is you'll walk away with one good idea. Another benefit of us getting together, there's no cost. And then the third benefit is there's a secret bonus in store just for you, for your industry, for where you are. Again, the number to text is 202-270-1662. Text the word product. Text your first name. Text your last name. Text your email. And text your best contact number. I'm going to turn it over to you, Trevor.
All right. So it's been another phenomenal day. Listen, one of the things that we do want you to understand in part of creating your billing machine is some of you have not done the work to really stabilize your revenue. And some of you need product development work. Some of you need to put your billing machine, your merchant account, your billing systems together. We can help you with that. Others of you, you have not created your 4 categories of products, your high-ticket products, your low-ticket products, your mid-ticket products. You haven't created your done-for-you solution, your do-it-yourself solution, your done-with-you solution, your system-based solution. Some of you, your pricing infrastructure is off. Some of you are having pricing problems. Some of you are having product development problems. Some of you are having product categorization problems. Some of you are really, what's going on is that there's a certain level of disorganization that's showing up in your business, and you're not for sure whether to turn left, whether to turn right, to go up, to go down, and you're just trying to figure out what to do, and you really just need an organized, systematic way to really come through the development of your products, the pricing of your product, and the categorization of your products, and making sure that they fit holistically into your ecosystem. And so thank you for showing up today. For those people, as Shay said, he said the first 5 people, I think you said the first 5 people, right, Shay?
That's absolutely correct. Only 5. There will not be a 6th person that will receive the gift. There will only be 5.
Yep. So go ahead and text in to 202-270-1662. I think the DJ I hear the music slightly playing in the background. I think he's queued up. I think what he's trying to say, hey, Trevor, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. It's been really, Shay, a phenomenal experience. And Tomorrow we'll be back for a bonus day. Tomorrow we'll be back for a bonus day. Be on the lookout for an email. We've just decided that it's going to be a bonus day. We're going to do something very special. We're going to talk about the Evergreen Selling Sequence, and we're going to talk about the Evergreen Ambassador Sequence. Then we have some very special guests coming in. So you want to be sure to join us tomorrow. That's why you can turn the radio on up or turn the DJ. It's okay if you want to cut it on up. But right now, we played the right music. I'm going home. You got to get up out of here, but you got to go home. Hey, man, Shay, this has been phenomenal, right?
And it's been real.
I mean, those of you who are out there hanging with us, hey, everybody.